Okay guys, so I'm going to discuss about the wrapper classes in Java, which is very important concept. And you know these wrapper classes have been introduced in JDK 1.5, where we can convert primitive data type to wrapper class object. So as you already aware about that, primitive data type is not actual object, you can say. It is the predefined data type: int, float, double, long, okay, which are not object. Okay, like in C programming, we were using the same predefined data type: int, float, double, the same, like available in the Java. Just uh, the difference between C primitive data type and Java data type size here. Okay, so size may differ here, but the concept is same. Predefined data type is the data type. Okay, you can say compiler know the size of predefined data type. Okay, and which are not object, remember. Okay, their size has been calculated at the time of compilation. Okay, and so let's we discuss about the wrapper classes now. And there we also tell that like what is the boxing, what is the unboxing. Okay, and after that I will cover one important question, you can say, which is related to the method overloading. Okay, so there we will be using the wrapper classes concept. Okay, when uh, you will be you can say using the method overloading concept there, uh, while calling the method, autoboxing process will be happening, and sometime unboxing process also will be happening. So first we will understand what are the wrapper classes. Okay, what is the hierarchy of wrapper classes. Okay, the second thing, what is unboxing, what is autoboxing, what is unboxing. Okay, so explicit autoboxing, implicit autoboxing, explicit unboxing, implicit unboxing. Okay, and then we will go for some interview concept, uh, interview questions for method overloading. Okay, so I have found out some very important concept which you might face in case of interview, Java interview, when you are you know uh, uh, trying to attend any interview as a Java developer, so, or as a fresher also. So let's start with wrapper class hierarchy. So first, wrapper class. What is wrapper class? So wrapper class, you can say, it has been introduced in JDK 1.5. Remember first, and since JDK 1.5 we have been using this wrapper class concept. So JDK 1.5, introduced in JDK 1.5. Okay, and we already know that what is JDK, so that I have already uploaded the session, you can go through. Right. The second thing about the wrapper class, basically these classes they have introduced where the primitive data type we are converting into the object. Okay, so wrapper class concept holding the primitive data type value. Okay, so we have a, like, what are the primitive data type we have here? I have a primitive data type int, I have float, I have double. So before int, I have here byte. Okay, I have sort, remember, and then after int I have a long. These are the primitive data type, predefined data type. Compiler know the size of these data type, remember. These are not the classes. These are the what? Data type, predefined data type, you can say. Float, double, okay. And also we have some, other data type. like boolean, sorry, which hold the true false value and chkr. Okay, so corresponding byte, we have a, what are the wrapper class, what is the wrapper class I have been introduced for byte, predefined data type byte. Same thing, short, for short. Okay, now for int, predefined data type, int is my predefined data type. For the int, we have a wrapper class integer, long, float, double, boolean, and same thing you can say for care for character. Okay, so just try to understand, this is my predefined data type and these are the classes, wrapper classes. For byte we have a byte, for short we have a short, for int we have a integer. Okay, why I'm saying these are the classes, wrapper classes, because you can see what is the naming convention for class, first letter should be in caps. Okay, in word first letter should be in caps. Now the all wrapper classes, remember, are final classes. It means we cannot inherit our class from wrapper classes, or you can say wrapper class cannot become the parent class. Okay, and also you can say all wrapper class are immutable class. Immutable class we already discussed. Okay, that how we can create the immutable class in Java. So these all are the predefined immutable classes. It means once wrapper class object, you know, have to create, it can never change, it cannot be modified. This you have to remember. Okay, so this is the, you know, you can say advantage. So the bigger advantage of immutable class, we can utilize immutable class within the multi-threading concept. Okay, we don't need to provide the thread safety because it's by default it's automatically thread safe. Okay, we don't need to use any synchronized build block to provide the thread safety, it is automatically thread safe. Okay, so performance wise also, it increases the performance while executing the application if you are using the immutable concept instead of synchronization block, remember. Okay, so this is I told about the wrapper class, guys. Now let's say I have a one int a equal to 90, this is my, and I, this is my primitive data type value, okay, you can say. Okay, now what I want to convert this value into an object. Okay, so how you can create the object, remember, simple. For this primitive data type, which is my wrapper class, corresponding this primitive data type, we have a integer. Okay, integer obj equal to integer, and here you can pass this a. Remember, guys, you can say here we are converting this primitive data type into an object, but of course this is the oldest way. So now, after JDK 1.9, this way they are not allowing us to create the wrapper class object this way. Okay, but before JDK 1.9, we were able to create the wrapper class object in this way with the help of new keyword, remember. Okay, so this is, you can say, very old way, but of course अगर कोई पुराना कंसेप्ट है तो कोई नया कंसेप्ट आया होगा, so we have another concept, integer dot value of. Now this is, so here also we are creating the wrapper class object, integer wrapper class object. Integer dot value of, it is returning the integer object. So you can say, basically I would say here, like here we have here stack, we have a here heap. You already know that object always create in the heap memory area, reference variable and local variable always create in the stack memory area. So here we have a you can say, which holding the 90 here. Okay, it's just local variable you can say. Now in the heap, this wrapper class object we are creating internally. So this is, you can say, object has been created, and this object holding the primitive data type value. So you can say 90 because A is holding the 90. So you can say here 90, and since it is memory, so it must have the address. So 200x something, you can see the memory address, and reference variable of course will be created. All reference variable and local variable will be created into the stack. So what is the reference variable name? obj1. So basically you can say that first reference variable will be created into the stack, which will by default it will initialize with the null value, and then after that new keyword internally, it's getting the memory for wrapper class object, and initializing this memory with the help of, you can say, okay, this memory initializing with this primitive data value, okay, with primitive data value, and this memory address we are assigning to this reference variable. Once you assign, what is the memory address? 200x. So this, so now this obj1 is pointing to this memory address. Okay, so in this way guys, you can say this is wrapper class object. Okay, we are managing the same thing you can create for short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and char. Okay, and default value, for numeric value there is a default value 0, and default value for char, like that, you can say null, like you can say that slash 0, and default value for boolean is false, you can say. So this, okay. Now this concept call, you can say this concept converting primitive data type value into an object. Here we are converting primitive data type value into an object, remember. We are doing explicitly, okay, converting data type value into an object. This process called autoboxing. This process called autoboxing. So remember, interview may ask what is autoboxing. Okay, so you can say in this way that you're converting data value into an object, okay, which called autoboxing, and this autoboxing can happen implicitly or can happen explicitly. So this time I written the code, you can say integer dot value of, so here we are converting. So this time you can say explicit autoboxing we are doing. This is, you can say, explicit autoboxing. Explicit. Explicitly we are, converting primitive data type to object. Okay, and implicitly how it will be? See, implicitly this could be the implicitly, I will tell you here, like just opposite, not opposite, sorry, int a equal to 90. Now integer obj equal to, you can say, a. So this is, you can say, implicit auto boxing. Why I am saying implicit? Because आप देख सकते हो, I have just assigned the variable only. I have not written any code to convert this primitive data value into an object. Okay, so compiler will write this one. You can say this code will be added here at the time of compilation. This code will be added here automatically. Sorry, I will put this one here. At the time of compilation, this code will be added. Okay, remember. So this process called the implicit auto boxing, converting, primitive data value into an object. Okay, now unboxing. We'll see about the unboxing process. Unboxing. So first we will see the, explicitly and then implicitly. Explicitly unboxing means we have a here wrapper class object, just opposite. Now you can say integer j1 equal to integer dot value of you can say value of a, I am assigning here 20 something, suppose. Okay, so here what we are doing, this is the unboxing process, converting primitive data type value, like converting wrapper class object into a primitive data type, you can say. So I have created the wrapper class object, so this obj1, holding 20 into the object memory. Okay, the wrapper class object, wrapper class, object, this time holding the numeric value as a 20. So here I am converting like int x equal to obj1 dot int value. So this is, you can say, I am explicitly unboxing. Okay, so converting wrapper class object into an primitive data type. Converting अनबॉक्सिंग का मतलब क्या है आपका? converting wrapper class object into an primitive data type. converting converting wrapper class object into an primitive data type value. ओके, तो ये होती है अनबॉक्सिंग। तो अभी यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो ये जो प्रोसेस मैंने अभी अप्लाई की, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो ये वाली चीज, हियर आई एम क्रिएटिंग द रैपर क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट, और यहाँ पर मैं रैपर क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट को आई एम converting into the primitive value. Okay, obj1.int value, same thing. If you have created the wrapper class for float, so float is obj1 obj1 dot float value. Okay, so we have a predefined method. Those method you can use, okay, to convert wrapper class object to a primitive data type value. ठीक है, तो explicitly unboxing हो गया यहाँ पे। अब implicitly unboxing भी हम कर सकते हैं। वो कैसे होगा? वो ऐसे होगा भाई, हम बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि लेट्स से यहाँ पर मैं अगर सिंपल करूँ int x equal to, I could have used this one also, obj1। तो ये हो गया प्रोसेस कॉल implicit unboxing। Okay, so right, this is process, now this is you can say अनबॉक्सिंग, इम्प्लिसिट अनबॉक्सिंग। तो यहाँ पर वो जो कोड जो मैंने लिखा है ना यहाँ पर obj1.int वैल्यू, आपने सिर्फ obj1 कर दिया यहाँ पर, तो कंपाइलर विल कन्वर्ट दिस स्टेटमेंट इन लाइन, compiler will convert this line into this line, you can say this line will be added here by the compiler automatically in the time of compilation. Okay, thank you. So now, thank you guys. So now we have covered, guys, what are the covered wrapper classes, what is wrapper classes, okay, use of wrapper classes, and of course I will tell you about the hierarchy of wrapper class, and also I have to tell you hierarchy of wrapper class क्या है भाई, family of wrapper class you can say java dot lang dot object। ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर क्या है, एक तरफ तो आ गया ये नंबर के लिए, ये नंबर क्लास आ गई, नंबर क्लास, ठीक है। और एक तरफ आप समझोगे यहाँ पर क्लासेस आ चुकी हैं, वो जैसे हम बात करेंगे यहाँ पर बाइट और सॉरी नॉट बाइट, बुलियन और करेक्टर, बुलियन और ओके। तो ये आप समझ सकते हो, ये अलग हो गया। अब मेरी जो रैपर क्लासेस जो हैं इंटीजर, फ्लोट, डबल, वो आप देखोगे यहाँ पर जैसे ये सारे नंबर वो यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे, जितनी भी नंबर क्लासेस हैं। जैसे कौन कौन सी रैपर क्लासेस है वही, जैसे आपकी बाइट हो गई, फिर शॉर्ट हो गई, फिर इंटीजर, फिर लॉन्ग, फिर फ्लोट, डबल, ओके, फ्लोट, डबल, ठीक है। तो ये आगे जाना है नंबर से, बुलियन और करेक्टर जो है नंबर से नेट नहीं कर रहे, ठीक है। बुलियन और करेक्टर के लिए विच इज द सुपर क्लास जावा डॉट लैंग्वेज ऑब्जेक्ट। बट अगर मैं बात करूं अभी यहाँ पर, तो इनकी सुपर क्लास कौन है, बाइट की, शॉर्ट की, इंटीजर, लॉन्ग, इनकी सुपर क्लास है नंबर, और नंबर से फिर वो ऑब्जेक्ट की तरफ जा रहे हैं, नंबर की सुपर क्लास है ऑब्जेक्ट जा रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो गाइस दिस इज यू नो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड। तो अब मैं गाइस अगर मैं बात करता हूँ इसी को, आई थिंक ये थोड़ा लंबा वीडियो हो गया है तो मुझे इसको डिस्कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, because I wanted to tell you about the some uh, method overloading concept where I wanted to utilize this wrapper class concept like unboxing, autoboxing, and also you can say uh, जब मेथड ओवरलोडिंग के केस में हम मेथड को कॉल करते हैं तो कैसे मेथड रिकॉग्नाइज होता है, ठीक है। बिकॉज वी नो दैट मेथड ओवरलोडिंग नो it's kind of you can say where we are creating the multiple copy for the same method, ठीक है। तो अलग अलग कॉपी को कंपाइलर कैसे रिकॉग्नाइज करता है, सो interviewer may ask those kind of questions, so I will cover guys in the next session. After this I will create the that session where I will be covering only interview related method overloading concept, okay, and this wrapper class concept also you will also find there, but kind of auto boxing unboxing in case of method overloading. So I will be using this concept. It was very important guys, that's why please go through this concept, then you will have to understand the method overloading concept properly. Thank you guys.